agricultural side of 4-H is all about hard work, dedication, and your drive to do well in the show ring. It's all about properly raising your animal, doing the correct preparation technique, and effectively showing it in the show ring. There are many animals that can be shown in 4-H, but I am most familiar with swine. Before getting your pig, your barn needs to be supplied with the right items. There needs to be fresh water and food, and some type of bedding needs to be laid down, such as straw or wood chips. Once you get your pig, you need to make sure you have enough feed for it. In this feed, you need to make sure it all has the right amount of nutrition. It needs a lot of protein and carbs so it can grow up to be big and strong. In Dr. Jeffrey Hansen's online swine nutrition guide, under the protein and amino acid tab, it says that a pig needs to have at least 44 to 48% protein in each one of its meals. Most of this can come from either soybean meal or milk replacer. This will help it to become big and strong. Once the pig gets a little older, it might need to go away from dry feed and start being fed slop. In slop, it is a mixture of the grain you're already feeding them along with some type of maybe a muscle builder or something to make more sound along with water, so it becomes a mixture. Usually this is a happy time for pigs because they love slop. On top of feeding, you need to make sure that they have a nice sanitary place to live. It's important to make sure your barn stays clean to get rid of any bacteria or funguses that may be growing in it. On top of cleaning the barn itself, you may need to clean the pig. It's important to clean your pig at least a couple times before the show ring so it doesn't get any discoloring marks on it. On top of all of those, you need to make sure you walk your pig at least 3 to 4 times a week. I usually walk my pigs for about 10 minutes. This may sound like a lot, but once it's cooped up in a barn, it's really not. While walking your pig, you need to make sure you're walking as you would as in the show ring. You need to have your whip in hand and practice driving it towards the judge. According to Oklahoma's Egg in the Classroom website, Pigs, Pork, and Online Swine Facts, a pig can run at least a 7-minute mile. This just proves that they need enough exercise every day. However, all of this doesn't mean anything if you don't know how to prepare your animal before the show ring. When you get to the show, either the night of or the morning of, you need to make sure you wash your pig to make sure it's all nice and clean. Once it is fully dry, you need to clip it. The blade on the razor needs to be at least 1 inch long to make sure it gets a good haircut. Once that is done, in the morning of the show comes around, you need to make sure you feed and water your pig. This will help it become 1, happy, and number 2, so it'll make its gut nice and full for the judge. About a couple minutes before the show, I usually put some type of ointment on my pigs. I personally use Hog Heaven and Sun Impact. It is a lotion and it makes their skin nice and smooth and shiny. Right before I go in the ring, though, I have a mister of water that I put all over the pig. It gives it that show ring pop and makes it look really good. All of these are extremely important steps because it makes your pig look show ready. Once it's prepped, the next step is to physically show your pig. When you first enter the ring, you want to make eye contact with the judge. This will make you and the pig look good. When you enter it, you want to have your whip in your one hand and then your brush in your back pocket. The brush is there to clean up any poop or any wood chips that may get on your pig while showing it. When you first enter the ring, you want to give the judge a nice front angle of its 2 front feet. It'll help the judge to see how square and sound your pig is. After you show the front, you want to drive it off to the side and give it a nice side look. After that, keep your pig off to the side and let the other pigs come in. When all the pigs are in the ring, it's go time. You want to make sure you give the judge a nice front view, back view, and both side views. Then it'll help you show your judge all the qualities of your pig, the bone structure, muscles, and everything else that goes along with it. While showing, you want to make sure you keep your pig between you and the judge. If you don't do this, the judge will not be getting a good look at your pig. Along with that, you want to make sure you stay off of fences and try to seclude yourself from the other groups of pigs. This will help you to stand out and to show you have the best pig. In 2003, Matthew Clay's swine showing website, it states that you should keep your animal at least 10 to 15 feet away from the judge. I do my best to do this, but sometimes it becomes a little hectic. Overall, raising, preparing, and showing a swine species is not an easy task. It requires a lot of hard work and dedication by both you and your pig.